All right, that's easier. All right, so let's start our topic today. It's the second part of what we started last week, topic of hate. So this is one topic which comes in our life, like it or not. So we'll recap what we went through briefly, or in the initial part we have covered. So it's important to understand that what is hate and why and where it is coming from, how to heal, of course, how to stay away from it. That means healing as permanent. You don't want something that gone today, coming back the next day or sooner uh, than you expect. That means a permanent shift in your mindset, in your thought process, in your ultimately your energy, your vibrations. The moment we are able to make a shift in our frequency of vibration, uh, it's permanent. Now, the question always remains, how do we know that we have shifted our frequency? I mean, it's not easy to sense. So, what you can sense, which is a reflection of your frequency, is your thought. So your thoughts will guide you that have you shifted or not. Yes, time to time you may have certain reactions. So we have to keep this thing in mind that when we are talking about especially hate, you have to understand the feelings, the emotions. You have to understand it's complex. It's not a straightforward that you watch a horror movie and obviously you will have some fear, a comedy movie, you will have some laughter. But with respect to hate, it is a little complex. You have to go the underlying phenomena, what is happening. So it is not one on one. There may be one or more than one. There may be several combination of these emotions which is causing hatred. Understanding that helps in finding the solution because we are human. You know, it's not easy. Uh, Psychology is one thing. Understanding and the emotional side, the cognitive, the whole behavioral thing. And because it is complex, it may last longer than what you intend. You think it is gone, it may not, it may come back. So we'll have to really dig deeper into our belief system. We have to really, look into, the judgmental part. We feel, oh, no, 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 I never judge people or I never judge or, we have a narrative. We always have some story about ourselves, about others. So those belief system, the stories, your judgmental nature, all this comes into play when we are talking about hatred. So it's not simple. However, once you understand, it becomes simple. So how can I work on myself, as a person? That's what we covered as well last week. We talked about identifying the root cause because what happens is, without finding the root cause, you may be, working on a wrong cause. So ultimately, it will give you more pain because it is coming back, keep coming back. So that's not good. So you have to see what you are actually feeling. You have to find out which emotion is actually, causing you all this. Um, Reduce the contact, but increase perspective. That means, uh, understand who's triggering it and improve your perspective. Don't just go with the, uh, you know, one mindset, but as you introspect, you will understand it better. Challenge the generalization because we generalize things. Oh, they are like this, they all do this. So rather than they are like this and all those things, come to the personal level that, okay, that person may be like this. That doesn't mean the whole group, the whole department, all the relatives are like this. Maybe one is like that. So stop generalizing and focus on individual, because otherwise what happens, like we all say the one uh, basically you get stuck. You start feeling the pain because of one person, a reflection of the group in your mind. So understand the complexity of the emotion. And when we do this, try to understand what may be happening with the person, what the person may be going through. Sometimes it's a bad day, bad phase. So if we have that clarity, like in meditation, we say oneness, have empathy. Sympathy is one thing, but sympathy is a low. Empathy is much better because sympathy still has little, kind of you are trying to um, help someone just by understanding that, okay, I sympathize. It's still a little bit of negativity there. But when you have empathy, means you truly understand. So have that part in you. And it doesn't happen in a day, so we have to keep working on that. As you improve that, your emotional complexity, that how to handle, how to decode, all those things improves. Right? And as you do this, your pain will start coming down as you process the root cause, not the pain directly. So you basically replace the hatred with boundaries. You are, setting it up your own boundary that I will not let them do this. So boundaries, they will dissolve the need to hate. All of these things, as you do, they will dissolve your pain. Because as you do this, as you process, remember you are not processing the hatred, you are processing the root cause. That means that emotion which is causing. Emotion may be coming from a person, so you are not going generalizing the group. You are working on a one-on-one level. So this helps. Now comes a question where how can we understand, reduce, dissolve hatred in others? If I hate someone, I understand, I will work on my emotions, all the underlying things that we just talked about. What can I do if other person hates me? So we have to remember, you cannot control somebody's emotion. Doesn't matter how close that person is, whether it's your spouse, your parents, your children, you cannot control. You can influence. What can you influence? You can influence the environment, which gives you the conditions. For example, if everybody is yelling in the house, the environment is such that if one of the kid is not yelling, that person also start yelling after a while. Initially, the person may be very calm, but because of the environment, you start behaving just like the environment. Say your workplace. You may have just two, three out of 10 colleagues who are, very negative, always whining, loud, yelling. And slowly, you will see that two, three become five, six. That means the negativity is spreading. So this first thing we can do is, first stop the spread, just like the wildfire. Yes, you have to take care of the fire, but first thing we say, okay, let's do something so that doesn't spread to more areas, to a bigger area. And then when you have contained that in a limited area, now you work on extinguishing that fire. Both are important. You just keep working on extinguishing and it keeps spreading. Now your work is increasing. So if it is only one or two colleagues, first control it, that it doesn't spread, and then we go and see what we can do for others. Certain things may work in a similar fashion when we are working on ourselves or others. Certain things you will find changes. So first is don't mirror their hate, as we were just talking about, like a wildfire spread. If you react with anger, or if you reflect the hate, then they will say, see, I told you. You are confirming their belief system that you are the bad person or they are the victim, right? If it is not directly you, as we were talking about colleagues, they may be just negative, but if you stop reacting with anger or hate, so if you can stay calm, if you can stay firm, not like flip-flopping, today you are calm and next day you are yelling, third day again you are calm. So, stay your ground, stay calm, stay respectful. Respectful is not easy, especially in this negative or hateful or, all kind of yelling and everything. And in order to stay calm, respectful, firm, all those things, meditation helps. So meditation will help you calming yourself down. Yes, once in a while you will see the burst of anger coming. It happens. Don't blame yourself or don't think too much about it. Okay. So the moment you are weakening the emotional loop, you are kind of extinguishing that fire. Because the more you react, the more the fire gets the fuel. Because you're confirming their belief system. Belief system is either you or the group or whatever they hate. They'll say, see, always that happens. I'm the victim, and everybody is blaming me or everybody coming after me, and so on and so forth. So the first thing is we don't add fuel to the fire. Again, meditation, pranayam, all that will give you the calmness. Otherwise, it comes naturally. The reaction may come naturally. Another thing we can do is, add curiosity. That means add question rather than reaction. To collapse hate, let them reflect on their own belief system. If you are trying to tell them that this is how you think, this is how you react, when they are angry, when they are full of hatred, they may not be able to see it. So how can we make them see it? Ask probing question. Simple, not complicated things, like, hey, where did you hear that first? Why do you think I did this? Or why do you think they are after you? Those kind of things. You think the whole department is like this, or you think all the relatives are like this, you think all the friends are, whatever that is pertaining to. If somebody is saying, oh, this person always does this, negative, 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 you may ask, has he never helped you? Or has he never been, good to you? Just asking the question will make them think. May not be at the right exact moment, but maybe later on. You're not debating. You're not trying to change the perspective, change the hatred of the person. You're just asking a simple question, which will make them think. Sooner or later, they will think, yeah, he did help me there, there, there. But he was, very negative or very much, you can say, against me or, putting me down, whatever, this time and that time and that. Eventually, they will think, yes, it is not always, not even 50-50. It's only once in a while. And then the person will start really questioning their own belief system. So you're not changing their belief system. The person will change. You are just asking the right, curious question. We can never change, like, we say negative energy can never bring positive result. Similarly, if the person is full of anger and hatred, what you can do is you can share your personal story, right? Now, dehumanization is one thing which is what the person is kind of, going towards. So you don't add that. Humanization dissolves it. That means If you say, yeah, sometime bad phase, bad timing, bad day, bad hour, whatever that is going on, and person may say like this, person may behave like this. You may say, yeah, once this happened with me, but then this, right? Saying that once in a while, if you hear a person does anything, doesn't mean it's a bad person and all. Looking at a big picture is important. Four positive, one negative, maybe we can let go one negative. Things like this, not theoretical reality, the more we can put towards human values, not individual, that may prove the point, that may make them think. For whatever reason, whether because of that incident or whether because by nature, if the person has lack of self-esteem, self-confidence, person is for whatever reason have some shame, some lack of, again, self-respect or esteem and all those things. In that case, the hatred really grows. It's a perfect ground for hatred to grow. Person feel powerless, person feel that I'm ignored, a person feel everybody is after me, I'm threatened, everybody is just trying to tell me what to do, nobody listens to me, I don't have any value. All those negative ground really helps growing the hatred. You don't have to just praise them, right? Don't think if you keep praising or hey, he's not good, how can I praise him, he didn't do anything good, I can't be just buttering him, or all those things is okay. It doesn't mean you have to go and unnecessary, or if it is unjust, praise the person, but at least avoid any humiliation. Even if the person make a wrong analysis, wrong judgment, wrong call, and person feels that, hey, I'm the victim and I full on negative, don't go for any humiliation. Don't tell him, hey, you are wrong, or you think, or your action, or your words, or whatever. Don't blame them. The more you humiliate them, even if they are wrong, you make them realize they are wrong, it may do more harm than good. It may actually fuel the fire. You may be adding it. So just avoid, right? You think the person is totally wrong, I cannot praise him, that's fine. Leave it there. Don't add negativity. Emotional safety is huge, because all these negative emotions we are talking about, that is obviously reflecting towards, like we said, low self-esteem, self-respect, because there is no uh, positivity left. So people express less hate when they feel secure. So making them or creating that safety net, emotional safety net, is really good. If anybody is listening to the person, if anybody is trying to understand, not giving, kind of comments or remarks or advice, no, just listening. Just listening do wonders. It's very difficult if the person hates you to just listen. But even if it is about you, not as a group, listening really helps. Why? Because the person feels safe that you are not going after him or her. And that safety opens the door for discussion, for change. There is a possibility. When the door is closed, there is no possibility. If you want to join the party, you have to enter. To enter, the door must open. So first thing is, are you able to just listen? However painful it may be for you. The person is talking all one-sided story. Can you listen to the person? What happened is, doesn't matter how negative thing is, there must be a common ground. If you can find a common ground, something common that you both like, something common that you are both interested in, use that at least to start walking together. Only when you're together, you can work on something together. Something that is practical, something that is, kind of you mutually agrees. And then you can use that, whatever that particular thing that you both like is, to help diverting the brain from this threat mode, full on negativity, full on, that hatred that you have. So you shift that mode to collaborative. That means at least the person is listening to you, is ready to walk with you, talk to you. You need that pause, you need that stillness. Like in meditation, when we sit, we say meditation gives you stillness. Why it is important? Only when you are still, you can see the bottom. Bottom in this case is you yourself, your inner self. Like a pond or a lake, whatever, if it's raining, very rough weather, you cannot see the bottom, it's muggy. Only when it is quiet, it is calm, no heavy winds, nothing, then the water is silent, means there is no wave, and water is clean because the dust has settled down. So you have to create that issue that is not on the forefront. Let the hatred be there, but at least the back burner, or you can say you are ready to talk, walk, work on it together. Setting boundary, just like the for personal thing we said, yes, is very important. You can set boundaries clearly that yes, we talk, but you know, this is the boundary. No yelling, no this, whatever it is. At home, at work, and all, this thing always works because we have rules, we have guidelines. Can we follow it? Even if the other person is negative, full on yelling or whatever, when we set these boundaries, we start working. Eventually, the person also feels that, yes, I don't like yelling, and there is no yelling. Because even if the person is yelling at that moment, later on, the person doesn't feel good. Nobody feels good when the whole day if you are yelling, screaming, and all those things. So it really gives you a good reflection. So just by staying calm, asking the right questions, reflection, making the person think, humanizing the interaction, avoid shaming any kind of, don't bring, just if you can listen, uh, creating an emotional safety net and set firm boundaries. So then the conversation will be, you can say, like with mutual respect. And these things will help. It may not end, it will help to create that opening where both of you can work. And that is important because when there is no such opening, there is no solution. You cannot stop or reduce, eliminate hatred, negativity if you don't get a chance to start working on it. So, all these things will give you a chance to start working. Now, good thing is you don't need all of those. Even if one of it will start working, your journey starts. More than one, even better. Now, slight twist when we talked about self, others is relationship. Very common, whether it's family, whether it's your romantic relationship, friends, colleagues, you end up with getting the same situation. And then the question becomes, okay, whose fault is it? Who gonna say sorry first? Who gonna work on it? Who, and all those things goes on. Most of it, same thing, same approach. There may be certain twist in the story that can help specifically in terms of relationship issues. Relationship issues mean the hatred in the relationship. So we are doing the same thing, understanding the forces, the root cause, that where it really started. Because dissolving hate inside a relationship, uh, absolutely it is possible, just like we were talking about self or others. Certainly, understand that usually hatred is growing. It really is, you know, uh, from the emotion perspective, it really loves accumulated pain because it fuels the fire. Unmet needs, right? Nobody listens to me. Nobody does this for me. I'm only doing for others. All those, I'm doing everything. No one is, taking care of me or thinking of what I may need. And those unmet need, those accumulated pain, unresolved conflict means he said, she said, oh, I've heard that that person said this to the, all those stories. Again, unfortunately, like a snowball effect. Question is, it's not that everybody's bad. It's the bad people. It's just that particular incident, that particular whatever event that happened, that we have to isolate. So when we are talking about relationship, which is so common nowadays, everybody's on the edge. Everybody's, especially the social media, a lot of possibilities of miscommunication or misunderstanding and all those kind of things. I feel disrespected. I mean, somebody is laughing and I feel that the person is laughing about me or said something or whatever, but I feel victimized. The person is smiling, person is saying something, and because I have lack of self-esteem or self-respect or I have shame or whatever, I feel everybody is after me. There could be betrayal, there could be, repeated incident where I feel hurt or disappointed. I feel unappreciated, especially at home. We may have seen that one person always working before, for example, moms used to work, housewife, we are working whole day and everybody takes them for granted. It's possible they feel unappreciated. Somebody is helping someone, right? You help your whether sibling, colleague, relatives, someone, and nobody even comes back and says thanks to you or appreciate at least your effort. You help your neighbors, they never appreciate. A lot of things can go wrong. And then we develop this feeling, this story, right? That, oh, forget it. This guy or this group, this department, they will never change. They are all like this. Then we create that story. So don't jump directly on solving the relationship issue. Find out what is that emotional layer which is causing this. Fix that. You cannot say to someone that, hey, stop hating. Chances are very low probability that this may work. Work on the emotion, what is causing it. Find out. That may work much better. So when you are identifying the pain, right, uh, you feel that nothing will change, but the moment you can identify that where the hatred started, what actually happened, you can identify the emotion. Now, once you know the root cause, boom, it really helps you in slowing it down. And then once you slow it down, it helps you in eliminating. The moment you have the emotional space created, it really helps the mutual respect, mutual understanding, mutual, you know, relationship where you both can put your thoughts to, without any, fear. Emotional space also means creating some space, which means distance. Now, distance does not mean you are abandoning the person, right? For stopping the reaction, you know, in order to regain the control, in order to see the situation clearly, you may have to create a distance. If you know two people are constantly fighting, the moment they see other, they will fight, then the first thing is you separate them. That doesn't mean they're going away, you're abandoning. It's just a healing. Give them time where they can think rationally. The moment they feel safe, the moment they feel, yes, the person is listening to me, that communication is very important, that there is no attack. So when you can name the feeling that, okay, this is what I feel, the hostility, I mean, not necessarily it is to a level, but hostility is always there, the negativity is always there, the hatred means, depending on the level, it starts dropping. So don't go right after the hatred, go after the emotion, go after the feeling. And when this open exchange takes place, this is what I feel, this is what happens. It may give you a window, it may give you an opportunity where you can start working. You need a starting point. Otherwise, the person is so mad, doesn't want to listen, which is very usual. If we can find the starting point, that where the story started, then you know where the confusion started. Even if a person said something, you may find out that, okay, what the person meant was something different than what you thought. It happens every day. I say something, the other person think as something else, believe something else, and the story starts. Because most of them are small issues, we let go. But it is happening all around. Communication is, trickiest thing. We think, okay, we know the language, we speak, but language is not the word, your body language, what you are saying in whose presence, and you say something, you are saying with a smile or you are saying with, yes, the body language and the language combination can twist the meaning or the interpretation by the other person. So you have to rebuild the respect. You have to really see how we can come to a point where we both can talk. Yes, sometime you may find, a mediator or, take a professional help and say, hey, we are not in talking terms. Bring a third party in. It could be another friend, colleague, relative, or professional psychiatrist or whosoever you think need to be. Yes, you let go the story which is really, fueling that fire. Challenge the story. Find at least, one thing which is against it. That means, oh yeah, at least one incident I can remember where that person really helped me. That's good enough to, have a starting point. That not 100% things are bad. Change the story, change the emotion. Simple. Because everything is thoughts and then emotions, feelings, they are all together. You want to change an emotion, change the story. Now you don't have to make it up. Remind the person that, hey, remember such and such time this person helped you so much, or this person was in your support, or whatever. Because you don't know what you don't know. So sometime a third party can really help and know when to walk away. Absolutely. Sometime, you have to let go. Everything has a expiry date. whether it's relationship, whether it is life, whether it is work. So sometime, but the issue is every time it seems whenever anybody have in this hatred kind of situation that this is it, end of it. So don't use that as an excuse that everything is an expiry point and this is it. But yes, how do you know that this is it? Uh, well, I keep going back to soul plan, purpose of life. If you understand, if you know what it is indicating, so what is it trying to tell you, then it may help. Sometimes people cannot defend themselves. Sometimes people cannot say no. So universe may bring a situation in your life where you say enough is enough. I don't expect this, or I will not tolerate this, or whatever way. But not always jump directly on say, hey, expiry point. So masters, there is always a way. One of it can work. All we have to do is continue working, continue looking into one starting point. So that was part two of hatred. Part three, we will look into youth or kids that, how they start, how they end up